the winter session of the Parliament has seen repeated disruptions and adjournments, leading to a deadlock amongst the ruling party and the opposition parties. Now, the opposition wants a debate on the Adani matter, while the BJP has doubled down on the allegations of links of Congress leaders with George Soros-funded individuals and organizations. To make sense of all of this, we have with us noted IT veteran and venture capitalist Mohandas Pai. Thank you, Mr. Pai, for speaking to NDTV. My first question to you, Mr. Pai, is there's a certain political rhetoric that the opposition in India, specifically the Congress party, is harping on, attacking a business house, corporates. Many people have, in fact, come out to say that at a time like this, when in India the growth has slowed down, there are also challenges of jobs and quality education, it may not be the right thing to target wealth creators. What is your view on this?
Look, wealth in this country is created by Indian industrialists, entrepreneurs, and not by the Congress party or Rahul Gandhi. Rahul Gandhi and the Congress party have never created wealth in this country. Jobs are not created by government. Jobs are created by individual entrepreneurs and business. I think they have to understand the economics very well. They know all this, but they're using this rhetoric to say that industrialists hand in glove with the NDA, they're paying bribes, etc., which is not true. I think they're hurting the country and hurting everybody else by carrying this rhetoric. The rhetoric will get them nowhere. Pradeep Chakravarti wrote an article recently where he spoke about a new kind of business ecosystem, which is all rubbish. What is the new kind of ecosystem? There's no crony capitalism in this country. All natural resources are given by auction. There is competition. Nobody is given allotment like the UPA did and which took bribes. It is not happening. The UPA is the most corrupt government that we have had in our history. And they are trying to play the same games. We will have another business. We will help MSMEs. We'll help startup. We'll help this. We'll help that, etc. And they go on abusing these people who are creating wealth. Then they go back to the same people to ask for money for elections. This is all the rhetoric for the public. And we know that the Congress governments are the most corrupt, including in my state of Karnataka. Corruption has gone to an unprecedented level. So I don't know what they're talking and whom they're fooling. And they're not understanding aspirational India does not like this. They're not going to support political parties who back up industrialists. Aspirational India wants to be successful, wants to be wealthy, wants to be entrepreneurs, and they look up to these people as entrepreneurs. And these people whom they abuse have created great assets. They created a great thing. For example, Mukesh Ambani deserves say Bharat Ratna for creating a giant industry for India. He's a great entrepreneur. Adani has spent 40 years creating industry. His port is one of the best in the world. His green energy investment is very, very huge. And all the green energy has been won by auction. So what is the big deal? You win by auction, so what is the big deal? Now, George Soros is going after him, doing fake narratives. For example, the Hindenburg report is all fake. It picked up something which has been settled. Now, another fake thing has been done about the so-called bribes, and there is no evidence for the bribes. There is no note of who has taken the money, where has the money gone, no bank or nothing, vague allegations, and they jump up and down to sue it, and the Indian market has ignored that.
Right. Mr. Pai, also we have seen the Supreme Court look into the Adani matter. We have, we have a country with our own institutions, regulators and mechanisms that have in many ways survived the test of times, evolved in the last many decades. How does raising questions, repeated questions on institutions impact the Indian psyche and the way these bodies are run?
No, I think the people of this country, particularly young people, have understood this is just useless political rhetoric. They're ignoring them. And they're losing their support. It is not gelling with the public. For example, Rahul Gandhi spoke about Rafale being corrupt. When you deal with the government of France and the government fixes the price, where is the corruption? Because they're so used to corruption. The problem is the Congress party is so used to corruption. So they think anybody does business, anybody does business, there must be corruption because they have participated in corruption, the beneficiaries of corruption, and they think everybody else must be corrupt. When you have a G2G deal, like India has the US and France, where is the middleman? There's no middleman. And then you have the stupid French press, which says that somebody paid a bribe month before 2014. And it's so stupid. They said he paid a bribe before 2014. I don't know how these guys can put such kind of rubbish. They put this kind of rubbish. Then there's the Jeffrey lot, funded by George Soros who write kind of rubbish. So there is a big pool of people who are opposed to this NDA on ideological grounds, possibly because of George Soros' political philosophy, who sold their souls, who took money from him. And many people say that Sam Pitroda and the Congress party are getting support from there through all the network. For example, when Rahul goes to Cambridge, whom does he meet? All the people supported by George Soros. When he goes to Europe, where does he meet? All these leftists and socialists, many of whom are NGOs supported by George Soros. You understand? So I'm happy that the matter is getting exposed. The Indian public can understand who are these people going against our country. And I think more and more people of the country are believing, which I don't think is true, that there's a conspiracy by the West to undermine India. Now, that is what happens. That is what happens if people start carrying this beyond a level. See, look, Congress, we need the Congress party as an opposition because it's a large tent. It has got space for everybody. It must get away from being a family-dominated party and become a real political party with multiple leaders. They must focus on governance. They must focus on jobs. For example, in my state of Karnataka, which is the richest state, we have not had any job scheme for the last nearly 2 years. This new government has come. There have only been doles. Some 60,000 crores has gone as doles. Is it creating jobs for people? No. It's the richest state in India. This year, $5,000 per head per capita income. And we have to focus on jobs, abuse these jobs. And then they say India is having unemployment, increasing unemployment. Unemployment cannot be solved by the central government. It has to be solved by the state government. How can the central government solve unemployment? By hiring more people for government jobs, which is a drain of our resources. We don't want more government bureaucrats. We don't want more oppressors in the government, right? We want lesser government. We want more money on infrastructure, more money on industry so that more good jobs are created.
Also, Mr. Pai, let me ask you what the opposition has been saying. They have completely dismissed the George Soros matter or the allegations of him influencing Indian politics. A section also strongly feels that this is a diversion and that a strong NGO network mobilizing people for the right causes is also the hallmark of a democracy. Can you tell us why George Soros or the way he or people like him are known to operate? See, manufacturing dissent is the crux of these allegations here. Why is that so dangerous for a democracy like India?
Look, first point is no independent sovereign country will allow foreign money to come into the country to mobilize public opinion. The fact remains George Soros and his open society have penetrated the Indian NGO sector. Many people have sold their souls, have taken money from him, are still taking money, including parts of the media, directly or indirectly, particular digital media. They're indebted to him and they're mouthing what he wants. He gave a press conference I think in Davos last year where he said, Modi should answer to Indian Parliament and what happened to Adani, etc. Now, who the hell is he to tell our Prime Minister should answer to our Parliament? And that's exactly what the Congress mouthed. And what are the Hindelman report? A lot of rubbish put together, which are all old matters with no new things, right? Now, if there's something like that, you complain. Then they abuse SEBI to say SEBI has not investigated, SEBI has not done. SEBI does a great job. They're investigating. It takes time to investigate if you make an allegation. Then they come with all kind of stuff because George Soros has funded the Democratic Party in the US. George Soros has funded the Black Lives Movement and many things else in the US. He's funded district attorneys. He's funded academics. He's getting a huge network because he spends $200 to $500 million a year. That's a lot of money. And he's bought a lot of people's souls. They all mouth his opinion. You can see in Cambridge, in Oxford, there's some academics who have been bought over. They're always criticizing India on specious ground. And all of them have a common narrative. The narrative is the same between what they say and what the Congress party and Rahul Gandhi and others are saying about India. The narrative is the same. This thing is the same. And tell me one thing. Will any independent sovereign country like India accept foreign capital coming in trying to support our politics? Will the United States allow Russian money or Chinese money to come into the country support politics? They will not. They will not, because politics is something to be decided by the people of this country. Narratives have to be set by the people of this country and not by foreign capital. And these are all foreigners coming in the guise of NGOs and others. The evidence is so strong. So much have been published on Twitter and X that, these and these have been funded. They create a huge network of funding agents. And one of the Open Society, Vice President, Salil Shetty, was marching with Rahul Gandhi. He's my junior from college in Bangalore. I know him well. He's been marching. He was running Amnesty. He also ran some fake narratives against this country as head of Amnesty, head of everybody else. Now he's Open Society, clearly in the open. When you had this Bharat Jodo, you had all these elements funded by Soros come and march in the streets. Come on, give me a break. Why do you need them? Indians should do it. Indians should run Indian politics, not foreign capital. And that, I think, it should be a no-no. We have been too lenient. We are not exposed all these people. Look at the farmers' agitation last year. You know, it cost 2 to 3 crores every single day for nearly a year for all the spending that happened. Where did the money come from? Government of India should investigate where the money came from. The money must have come from Canada to Hawala or something. Where did the money come from? It's been used there for what? Some specious purposes. It's still going on. And now what is it? They have no cost because, you know, MSP is being given to everybody for so many years that will continue. There's no need for a law because if there's MSP law, why can't industry go and say, buy all our produce at that particular price and give us the same benefit? Why discriminate against others, right?
Right. Thank you, Mr. Pai, for joining us with those views. Mohandas Pai there, tech veteran, on how India's politics will be run by Indians and not foreign capital, and how at this point India needs growth and not attacks on its business houses.